My name is Rob Marsh, and I'm Managing Director of the Harleford Group, which encompasses 3 or 4 different types of businesses: property development, property maintenance, and our core business is marinas on the River Thames, based in 2 sites, Shepperton and Marlow, where we concentrate on rental of berths, brokerage, and yard services, as well as dispensing fuel and petrol. IT support outside of the company. I mean, IT is growing so quickly. IT is not our core business. It's not what we understand. It's not what we do. We needed somebody who could tell us the best ways to get the information that we needed to put the charts together and reports, and also to talk to us about hardware and software. Because it's something that we know nothing about, and if I came to you and said, right, can you lift a 25-ton boat, you wouldn't know what to do. If someone came to me and said, can your computer do this, I wouldn't know what to do. So therefore I let Ziptech deal with it, because they're the professionals. I would say your response levels and your response time is far better than our last supplier. I think the way that you log a ticket and then you're updated on the progression of that ticket or that request is a great system and works well. Because I think communication, the trouble is when hardware or software goes down, right, you want it fixed like yesterday, because your business stops. And the communication between your IT supplier and yourself is critical, because you need to know what's being done, when is it going to be done, when is it going to be completed. Because without knowing that, you don't know when you can answer emails, when you can, get back onto the report you were doing or writing, and that's important, especially if you're working to a deadline as well. I think what Ziptech did was introduce me to sort of preventative medicine. I think companies like ourselves look at our budgets every year and think, oh, our IT works, it's all great, haven't had any problems for the last 6 months, don't really need to assign any money towards that function. And then, of course, something goes wrong, because computers, to be honest with you, after 4 or 5 years are defunct. I mean, everything's moved on so quickly. And what Ziptech did was to say, look, you need to put sums aside. You need to continually upgrade hardware. You need to continually upgrade software, because things are getting quicker. People are using different operating systems, and if you don't come in line with those, you're going to find it difficult the longer you leave it. And so, therefore, what we've done, and what Ziptech have done for us, is with regard to our server, we almost had a major problem last year where our server was on the verge of dying, and that could have been catastrophic, because it meant that all of our offices, because we've got multi-offices, would have gone down. There'd have been no email communication between anyone, to our clients, to ourselves, and I think by putting in preventative measures, by making sure that we've got money in the budget to cover things like that all of a sudden sort of come out of the blue, is important. And I think that all companies should take heed on that, and actually do put money aside, because when things do go wrong, your business can just come to a standstill overnight. I think day-to-day operations, I think it's nice just to have that reassurance that you've got the Z in the bottom of the screen, and if something goes wrong, you click on it and you log a ticket, or you speak to Ziptech directly, and you know that someone's there. It's like having your own IT department, which is what it's all about, really, without the cost of and the employment costs and costs of actually running that department, relatively slim by just paying a monthly premium. I've seen Ziptech grow, obviously being close to them. I think they have always managed to acquire people who can communicate, and that's really important, especially when especially when you've got professionals dealing with laymen. I don't know anything about, I just want to turn my computer on, make sure it works, and if it doesn't, I want someone to be able to come in and fix it and deal with it. And what they do seem to do is to take people on that do communicate and can put it in sort of plain English, as it were.